Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through, only cause you set up the angle. Web that you weave got us tangled, caught in what's before our eyes. Show off your fantasy reality, whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse of the outside, then.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Bless you, hubby. That was loud.
Bless you.
Are you done?
Maybe.
Good? Good
What?
type.
Yes, thank you.
I wish my screen was. My screen doesn't do this in Discord.
That's weird.
Well, you only get that much on Discord, like a phone size, right? I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
Yeah.
Are you on your computer when
Yeah.
you're in Discord?
Actually, no, I'm not.
Then that's why,
That's-
silly
That's
head.
why it's different camera.
It's not the same one. The world makes sense again. You had me going there for a minute, Boofang. You had me going. Tricky.
Hi, Claire.
Hey, Claire, how you doing?
Peekaboo, Claire.
I took off my makeup. It was starting to irritate me.
Oh. Well, at least you have your ears on.
I always have the ears on. One of the pairs, anyways. This one's been on top a lot. Probably.
If you
switched
didn't
them.
have your Monica.
If I didn't have my ears.
If you didn't have your ears on, then that would be
Monet, how are you doing, my
Different.
love? I think there's something really wrong.
there would be something wrong with you.
This is my friend Monica. We've known each other for almost 20 years.
Oh.
Wow.
Hi. Wow. That's a long time.
He's hubby's adopted little sister.
Oh.
And she's one of my forever friends.
Aww.
What are we doing? This is Vixy, so we just talk. Anything
We
you
are
want to talk about?
chatting.
We are chatting. We are so chatty. We
Chatting.
sound like a bunch of hens.
Chatty.
Yeah, I wanna say something though. I was
Yeah.
thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 years. We're both like, oh shit, 20 years. I love you too. Something that I read about a couple of times and kind of shot it, kind of whatever. And then I found a thesis by a doctor about this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about saying sorry.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Eliza's in
don't wanna
Every
hear
trouble.
time you say a sorry or giggle, that means you don't know what else to say. And this was brought on by trauma in your childhood.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nope, I don't like this one either.
Hi, Goat. What don't you like?
So then,
This study, I don't like it anymore.
Oh.
so what about, and that's all? It just
Pretty
brings
much.
that up.
If you want to,
Okay.
if you want to get through it, you're gonna have to do something to trigger your responses so that you can label them and deal with them. Because you probably don't even know what they are. Right now.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. No, don't want to do that.
Oh, not therapy. Yuck.
With the green lights.
I don't know.
No therapy. No.
So healthy.
Okay, let the tiny human know. I say tiny, but y'all,
Jelly Bean, you will
she's
have
almost
delivery by
18.
8:45.
He's sending me food because I am
Yay.
in no shape to drive, and I damn sure don't feel
Aw.
like cooking because my kitchen
Yeah.
is still a mess.
My
Yeah.
kitchen is better, but it's a mess.
After the shows and everything, I'm planning on going in there and cleaning up. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but I'm planning to. So that's a good
Yeah.
first step.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. The first good step is realizing you got it, you know?
Yeah.
And then the second step is to find out why. And really, the only way you can do that is with therapy.
Yeah.
Ew. I don't like that word.
We have some really good ones down here.
Yeah.
You have a state hospital of some sort where you live?
I'm in therapy.
Well, bring it up with your therapist.
I've been in therapy for years.
Me too.
I have therapy, but it's through unlicensed therapists because I can't afford therapy.
Oh.
It's one of the reasons I had to get declared mentally unstable. The paradox. Yeah, any
And
kind of
plus-
therapist you have, it doesn't matter what kind they are.
We've
They're
kind of
therapists.
been burnt by therapists in our area because
Well,
I
here's-
personally didn't have a therapist, but my middle child had a therapist back in 19 when she was dealing with the domestic violence dispute that happened at her dad's house.
Yeah.
And when we were there, like our last session, because I deemed it that, when she looked at my child and asked her if she thought there was anything that she could have done different in a situation of where her dad was being mean to her. I'm trying to be general here because
Yeah.
I don't want to tell my kid's business, but and I literally stood up at that moment and said, "No, ma'am, we are not going to be victim blaming or victim shaming here. I do not do that. I will not allow you to do that to my child." She was 10 years old, and
Well, that's true.
I told her that if that was the way that she viewed things and that was her method of trying to help my kid through the trauma that she had experienced, then she needed to find a new profession. And I got up and I took my daughter and we left.
Yeah.
Well, and that's going to happen anyways. Whether she was terrible, don't get me wrong. But there's always I have had a couple of therapists I just did not click with. And it just seemed to be talking about the same thing every time I went in. And not because of me, they would bring it up. And it just, some of the things that I've realized in the last year I have a psychiatrist and a therapist. And I talk with I talk to my psychologist more than my my therapy person.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm testing a new drug to add to my drugs I've already taken from them.
Oh.
And see, don't get me wrong, it wasn't just that one therapist. The way that it worked for her is her pediatrician had to refer her, and there was this office, so it wasn't just she got referred to this specific doctor. It was a group, and there was only one therapist in the whole clinic that was for minors. And when they first sent us there, the first lady we dealt with, the first therapist, was great, but she confessed to us on our very first session that she did not understand why they wanted to send us to her as a first-time patient, because they were forcing her into retirement.
Oh.
So after the first 3 sessions, the therapist she was working with was leaving, And then they replaced her with this other person. And then this other person wanted to do the victim blame, victim shame game. And then we went back to the pediatrician and asked her if there was another recommendation she could make or somewhere else she could refer us to. And she said, given that she has Medicaid, no, they're the only ones in the county, unless you want to travel outside the county that accept the insurance. So I said, nope, we're good. I'll just watch Mama Cusses and Tori Phantom on TikTok. Hey, and learn more gentle parenting techniques.
He's in the other room with the kids.
And therapy people on TikTok and learn and therapy my children myself. I always encourage them to talk to anybody they feel comfortable talking to, as long as it's a safe person to talk to.
Yeah.
No, we're bitching. Unless you want to bitch with us. He's like, is there anything that I missed that I should know about? No. Stuff I talk with you about all the time.
We're just the bitches in the beauty shop. Sorry.
Well, I'm more coffee house. I like it a little dark, like a bar, but not have a lot of drunk people.
So Vixy's like coffee house after dark.
That's what it used to be called when we first did the show. This time slot, it was called After Dark.
Whose face disappeared?
Whose face?
Yeah, Monica
Craig.
said your face disappeared.
She was talking about Craig.
Oh.
She's talking about hubby. You're in hubby here.
Your face. My face is right here.
My face is right here. My face is right here.
He turned into a flip.
See, here is my face.
I see you. I'll be gone again.
We have the same number of children. Hers are younger than mine, though.
Oh.
Yeah, the oldest turns 20 this month.
Sunday.
I have to order some stuff.
Your baby birthday done snuck up on you.
I don't always remember my own though, so don't get it twisted.
My tiny human's birthday's on the 30th, and I still got to order her birthday present.
Well, and my kids don't really care that they have birthdays. They don't understand it's a once a year thing. They just get, oh, are we having cake today?
Are we having cake today?
They're like, Eliza.
Cake.
It's Eliza Day. That's what you should tell them, Vixy. Not that it's their birthday, just tell them it's Eliza Day. And on Eliza Day, we get to pretend that we're Eliza and we get to eat cake. It'll be a cool adventure game.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. I just see this mess. I can't think of anything but this mess. They're all so big. Yeah, he's taller than Craig now, I think.
Wow.
If not just below tall.
How tall
my
is
dog
hubby?
just like me, Moni. You would be surprised. She's like my spitting image from high school. It's odd.
How tall is hubby?
Well, I'm 5'7". He's 5'11". 5'10".
Wow, you're tall.
He is. You ever hear me when I say, honey, I need to borrow your height? Haven't you heard that? I'm 5'7". I still can't reach shit.
Well, see, I would need to borrow your height, ma'am.
5'10". Okay. I don't remember.
Wow.
You need pics? I haven't taken a lot of pics. I need
I'm
pics.
5'5".
I'm shorter than that. I am 5 foot.
Aw, you're a tiny bean.
You're about the same height.
Me and Cherry were the same height.
You're
Yeah.
fun size.
Fun size. Cute for your movie. Did you get little shoes?
Yes, I have tiny feet, and I
Aw.
have
My
tiny
one friend who was
hands.
under 5 foot, I used to take her to this. We used to go to the store shopping, and one day she went over to the children's foot section, shoe section. I'm like, "What are you doing, Laura?" She's like, "I'm shopping for shoes." And the kids section always has the cute ones. I said, "You can fit into those?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Mhm.
And that's where I get all my cool shows.
Believe it or not, I didn't know this until a lady from Payless Shoe Store told me this. Because I knew what size my foot was. And I said, well, wait a minute. Why is it that I can wear a size 5 in women's, but I can't wear a size 5 in children's? And she said, believe it or not, the 5 in children's is like a 7 in women's.
Oh.
And the 4 is like a 6 in women's. And I said, well, I'll be damned. That would explain why I had bought shoes in the past and they were like way too big. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with my feet? Are they shrinking?
Aw.
So me and my mom also has very tiny feet. So I get my little feet and my little short fingers and small hands. Like my daughter is 14 in a few days.
Yeah.
And her hands are bigger than mine. Like her fingers, if we put our hands together palm to palm, she's got me by a good half inch in fingers.
Aw.
And she's tiny. She's very petite, but she's got really long fingers.
My mom, she's short. She's got long fingers, like a piano player.
Feet are short. We can both wear anywhere from a size 4 in children's.
Wow.
I can fit, depending on the make of the shoe, the biggest is like a 7.5.
Wow.
I'd be all over like children's Doc Martens.
My only problem is I have a very thick foot. It's not wide. It's not long. It's thick. I don't know how else to explain it other than I have a thick foot. Because it's not that I have a high arch. I don't. It's just my foot's just short and thick. It didn't finish growing.
Well, the other thing a lot of people don't understand about shoes and your feet is the arch. You might not have flat feet, but also the arch, if you don't have an arch, you should have an arch support because it still gets used the same and you're going to hurt yourself sooner or later. The other thing is if you do have a high arch, then you probably could fit into narrower shoes.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, I have really normal feet, except they're big. So I call them my hobbit feet. Mama's tiny. Yes, it is. By the way, when you're coming down, she wants to see you. You can
I'm
stay with her.
short
She
and
goes to
thick,
bed.
so I'm just compact.
I used to think
have
I was
big
5'3" or something until I started having children, where I was proved that I was 5'7". I'm like, I really thought I was 5'3", and I always wondered why you said 5'3". That couldn't be right. It was a fight though for a couple of months, and then when we went to the OBGYN, he was like, stand on that. See how tall you are.
Why did you think you were 5'3"?
Because
You never got measured?
I never got measured after like 8th grade.
Wow.
I think I quit growing in the 8th grade.
Well, I started puberty when I was 9. I would like it to end now.
Yeah,
I don't think it's fair.
I feel you there. Only, I think I was 10.
It's rough.
It was.
Yeah, the ending is. The
It was
ending kinda
scary.
Sucks too, guys.
Uh,
The ending kind of sucks too.
I'm
You know, the hot flashes and whatnot.
already getting
You're
those.
so encouraging. Like,
Hey, I got cool gray. I have cool gray in my hair. I took a shower today too.
so now I'm gonna look at my children, or my tiniest one, because she hasn't hit it yet. I hope I
wow.
remember it the day that she does. I'm gonna look at her and say, "Baby, it's all downhill from here."
There is no way you're 5'9", Monica. There's no way. You are not taller than me.
In shoes or barefoot?
I don't care. She's not taller than I am. She's itty bitty.
I don't like when my kids are getting taller than me.
Oh,
All
are
of ours
they
are
jelly
Taller
beans?
than me, at least.
I do think it's adorable, though. I used to babysit these 3 kids for a good friend of mine when we were in college, because we would take turns. And so as they've grown up, they're adults now. They're actually having kids. I feel old. And whenever they see me in public, they always run over and come and give me a hug. And now when the oldest one comes to hug me, my face is like literally in his chest, because I have to look up. He's like over a foot taller than I am, looking down at me. And I was like, I think I could still bend you over my knee if I tried hard enough.
You'd be surprised, but you don't.
Because I did. These kids, when I first started babysitting them, were horrible. They would talk back to their mom and to their dad, and there was a lot of like screaming, yelling going on in this house. Like it was chaos. Not even
We had some of
kids.
that the other day, and I had to be ugly.
Jelly bean.
And so one day, like, I had enough. He was back talking me in front of my kid and wouldn't do his homework, was being mean to his brother. And I told him, I said, you keep on, I'm going to pop you, and I'll call your mom and tell her I did it. Now quit pushing. And he went and did something to his brother, and I snapped. And I went and grabbed him, and I put him over my knee, and I popped him one good time on the rear end. And I said, now you go sit down and do your homework, and I don't want to hear a peep out of you. And I'm going to go call your mom. And I did. I called her, and I was like, I'm sorry. If you're mad at me, I am so sorry. I overstepped. She was like, nope, he needed it.
That's what I tell people. Don't bring your children over to my house, because I will tell them what to do.
She was like, he had to learn.
So he listened.
So that's how we
after
established
that?
pecking order. Yeah, after that, like, I had 0 problems with him after that.
Wow.
I think he was just so entitled that he thought that I wouldn't put a hand on him, that I wouldn't get him, so he didn't have to listen to me.
That's fun.
And his mom was like, oh no, if you ever need to discipline him, please do. The other ones, they're fair game too. She said, but just remember, I watch yours. I was like, well, if she needs a pop on the behind, I trust you. So,
Not the poo-poo.
popped him hands. You tell her no and she don't listen. Not hard, y'all. Like, I didn't beat the snot out of this kid, but I showed him who was boss.
It's like a punctuation.
And
just give him
he
that one
loves
good
to
pop.
pick on me. He
so
just loves to
bad.
pick on me now. Because he's like, yep. And he loves me to death. Like, he always viewed me as like his big sister after that. And it was great.
When I've taken in when I used to babysit and stuff, really like hard cases before. Like this one, there's a famous football star who I'm not going to say his name, and his wife, and their 3 kids all live up in the really expensive part of town. And they needed me to stay with the kids for a week because he had a ball game and she had some medical conference to go to. Anyways, I meet these kids. It's 2 little boys and their sister's about 8, probably. And the minute the parents left, they just like unleashed the dogs of war.
Ooh, let the
I'm
dogs
like,
out.
no.
Wow.
No. So by the end of the week, though, they were listening to me. They were polite to each other. They were listening to each other. We were finding things to do together, like watch the labyrinth, go swimming in the pool. They have a beautiful pool. Why don't you use it? So it was about 2 hours before the adults were supposed to be home, and the youngest, I can't remember what he did, but I was like, no, go sit on your bed. Don't touch any toys. Go sit on the bed. And he's like, I said, I need a few minutes before I talk to you. So I went in there and we talked about why'd you do it. He hurt his little brother something, not terrible like ER or something, just mean, you know. I said, we talked about that. We talked about everything. And I said, see, how do you feel about what you did? I don't like it. Good, don't do it again. Stay here for 10 minutes. Don't touch anything. Just sit right there unless you have to pee. So I walked out and his parents were home, like early. And the other two come and reached us, and I said, he's in his room, timeout for about 5 more minutes. And the football player starts walking past me I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to say hi to my son. I said, no, you're not. I've not been relieved of duty yet, and I put him in there. You cannot. I'm like,
Oh.
and he said, you're scary for a little girl. But I met the kids years passed, and I was working in a hospital, and their mom just happened to be the head of the hospital. I didn't know that actually at first because I got hired through the kitchen, so it's all a separate thing. But she goes, hey, I remember you. And I'm like, good job.
No, you don't.
Just, no, you showed us the Labyrinth. That was the best movie I kicked out. I said, well, if I get to be remembered as the babysitter who's cool, I'm with it. And he was good too. He came out when it was time, and he gave me a hug first and told me he was sorry, and then gave his dad a hug. And then when I was going out the door to leave, they're all standing like that. Aren't you staying? No, my job's done. Be nice to each other.
Vixy McPhee.
Yeah.
When you
She's a
need
little
me,
tame compared to me,
but do not
actually.
want me,
Yeah,
I must be here. But when you want me, but no longer need me, then I must go. Yeah, because Vixy couldn't be Mary Poppins.
No, not unless we're talking about the side that nobody talks about. She's a Time Lord.
We're not talking about the spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Hubby says I was the youngest of three older sisters. So I was always the smallest growing up. So it was funny when I realized I could walk up to my mom and kiss her on the forehead without bending over.
Oh. Wow.
I couldn't do Mary Poppins either. Because the closest I would get to a spoonful of sugar would be a spoonful of gummies helps the medicine go down. I'd get fired.
I don't like babysitting. I only ever did it for the money.
I love my
Or
kids.
other kids either that aren't mine. I don't care for them. I don't like being
I'm
around
the
those
same
kids.
way. I love my own kids.
Mhm.
I don't like everybody else's kids. Your
Well, and
kids
it-
may be assholes.
And they scare me a little. Have you ever watched Children of the Corn? That's some frightening shit right there. And there's also Pet Cemetery. Another creepy kid. It's just
There.
Wait.
That was a
Here.
creepy movie. Ugh.
Yep.
I wish
Not
I wouldn't
to
have watched
mention
it.
Firestarter.
Oh.
Firestarter. Both of the Firestarter movies, the one with Drew Barrymore and the new one,
Mhm.
cut out so much of the book. The book was phenomenal. It's like the only one of Stephen King's books that I read cover to cover. Without getting
I
bored.
haven't read the book.
It's so fun.
I've only seen the Drew Barrymore movie.
Fact.
She's cute. She's just cute in that role.
Yeah.
She's such a fierce child. I
Yeah.
saw a deep dive on her on TikTok that somebody did. she has led a very
Full life.
interesting and colorful life.
Yes, she has.
Bless
Yeah.
her heart.
And she
And I
looks
mean
good for
that-
all the stuff that she did to her body.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
looks damn good. She's like, what, 10 years older than me?
Well, she paid for it, you know.
She's 60.
No, I don't think she is. Isn't she? She's like 50.
Or is she my
isn't
age?
she?
50.
Yeah.
Who we talking about?
Drew
Barrymore.
Barrymore.
She was like 3 or 4 when ET came out. And that was in '83. So she's about
Oh, okay.
7 years younger than you.
So she's like almost 40.
Just she's my age?
She's almost 40. Are you almost 40?
No, I'm 43.
Goat's almost 43.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
It's starting to warm up in here. I don't know what happened.
You said you were cold.
Yeah, you said you were cold.
I just think it's
So
weird.
hubby must have adjusted the thermostat.
He might have. We have to have those covers on all my stuff like that are hooked to the wall, like they do in like retail stores. They put that clear box over it.
Mm-hmm.
Kids' rooms have to have those because they can figure out any of the other ones, and unless he breaks it right off the wall, which he has some. I love my kids. It's a good thing I love my kids.
I feel that.
And that goes on to what I was saying before. That's another thing that in America, motherhood is treated like it's something that should be shunned almost, or be just kept quiet about it. We could talk about it, and then it was almost like a shame to be a woman. And I remember I had schools picked out. I had a whole bunch of stuff done. I was, going to do so much stuff that I didn't get to do because we were poor. And then we got his diagnosis when he was 3.
Oh.
And I had to just bury it all.
Aww.
It was rough. Not that I don't love him, I do.
Yeah.
But that was hard. I had a whole plan. I'm like Jelly Bean. I gotta have a whole plan. And it's gotta work. Or we have to go to plan B, which is never as fun.
Yeah.
Plan B is executive dysfunction.
Other thing about Drew Barrymore, she's practically Hollywood royalty. Yeah, this is true. She's Hollywood royalty. She really is. And that's the
I
only
love
reason, I
Drew
think that's the only
Barrymore.
reason they got her out, could get her off drugs, because you have enough money and enough medical help to do it. It's
Yeah.
not as hard as fixing yourself.
Mm.
I highly recommend if anyone's addicted to anything, don't go cold turkey. Go turn yourself in for 47 hours or 42 hours or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and have them evaluate.
Mhm.
Because those are not nice things. I'm worried that I'm going to like my new pill. That's why I keep talking about it. Because when she told me what it was, it sounded like speed. And it's hard about it. So I'll be
Just
hurting
remember,
myself getting
Vixy.
things done.
Just remember, Vixy, we love you, and if we ever all trap you into the lounge for an intervention, it's because we love you and we want the best for you.
Of course.
Because we love you.
Of course. Love you too.
Yay.
Yay. Are you guys warm yet where you're living?
It was nice out here.
It's
today.
38 degrees today.
So you still have snow?
A little
Good
bit.
A little bit?
It's
I'm
warm
not gonna
enough.
make
I hate
Liza
slush.
mad. It was like 80 something today.
Oh.
I can't stand driving in slush. Ice is better than slush. At least I can just yank the wheel and hit a snow pile.
Like low 80s with a nice breeze.
Wow.
Oh, it was.
It's like short
wonderful.
weather.
I was outside with the dog in shirt and shorts.
Wow.
I know. It felt so nice.
Are you punishing me for something, Jelly Bean?
Oh, that's
It's all your spaghetti and meatballs comments earlier. I had to come back with something. No!
Oh, I forgot he was gonna make me some rice. Yay!
No!
It's just white rice. It's nothing special. Sometimes I just eat it.
I was
like-
like all upset because my lunch was supposed to have been spaghetti and meatballs in the crock pot, but my
I
kids
know.
didn't turn off the crock pot this
I
morning.
know.
And then Eliza's like, I want spaghetti now. So like my burnt spaghetti in the crock pot has been like taunting me all day because Eliza's like, I made dinner and I'm eating dinner. What are you eating? Spaghetti.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I got even. I got
I
80
know you're-
degree weather with a nice breeze. And guess what? The nighttime, it's not cold. It's not chilly. I can go outside in
Oh,
shorts.
but I can get some
flip-flop. I got Vixy weather.
Oh.
Florida threw up in my yard. Just keep your gators.
Keep your gators.
And your iguanas. We
I
don't
have
want
never
those
seen
either.
iguanas. To be honest.
Really?
The big ones. I have never seen them, but I've heard stuff rattling through the trees and people going, "Oh, that's an iguana," but I've never seen it. We
Have you
do
seen
have
those little
green
tiny,
parakeets.
like those tiny ones that
Oh, those are
what are the
Chameleons.
lizards?
Yeah, they're lizards.
Iguanas
Yeah,
are much bigger, and
Right.
they have warning signs down in Florida in the winter. And I thought it was a joke, like a misspelling on a sign. But
Yeah.
then Goat told me that it might actually say lizard warning because of the lizards falling from the trees in Florida when it gets cold. Because they're
Oh yeah, they're a
cold-blooded.
hot-blooded animal. That makes sense.
And they could land on you. And you could get seriously hurt. These things are huge.
Wow.
They are huge. They're like a small dog. They're bigger than a small dog.
Wow.
They can get to. They grow to their environment. Now, if you don't have them in a cage, they're gonna get bigger than that cage.
Wow.
So you let them free, and they get to their real size.
Oh.
They're not tiny.
People set
They're
'em
little
free.
dragons who remember
They hit
when
them
they ruled
Everglades.
the world.
They hit them Everglades and get massive. Because aren't they an invasive species to
Yes.
Florida?
We
Because
have
of the pet
tons
trade.
of. We have tons of those. We have the Chuck purple hyacinth thing that grows in the waterways and then clogs up our drainage pipes because we're not supposed to have them, and it has no predator here. So there's a tiger moth. That's what it was called, tiger moth. And then we have by Ponce de Leon Springs, which is a good way up north of us. That was the site of the original Tarzan movies, the black and whites, and a few of the animals got loose. Like they have a lot of monkeys and gorillas,
Ooh.
and it's just weird. It's like,
Ooh.
you know.
Ooh.
But keeping them on the island's a good idea because I just found out that gorillas can't swim,
Oh.
which makes sense by the way their body is built.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I thought that the sign meant blizzard warning. And that
Oh.
somebody had goofed up. And so that's why I was laughing at it. And he was like, that's not why it's funny. And I was like, wait, you mean it's really, it's a real thing? He was like, yeah, it's a real thing. I do say, speaking of invasive species and the Everglades and critters, I do recall there used to be a pet store in town here when I was little. It was
Mhm.
called Pets Plus, and
Huh.
they had a baby alligator,
Yeah.
like the
Oh.
little tiny babies. And I remember looking at my mom when I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, it's really cute." But I have a question: And she said, "What's that?" And I was like, "Well, it's gonna get big. Where do you keep an alligator? Like, what do you do with it? Do you?"
They would be
And-
such a mess to clean up after and stuff, though. They're
But
so
what do
messy.
these people do that adopt these little baby gators? Because it's like, oh, it's so cute. Like,
The brothers from Florida Gatorland would be more than happy to tell you the stories they turn on.
Flush them down the toilet, probably.
No,
There's,
right?
probably
there's
take 'em to the zoo.
alligators in the sewers.
We have a place called Reptile House,
Oh.
which is a hoe I had to give my bipod,
Woo.
my ball
Woo.
python to, because I wasn't going to give it to some kid. I said, I'm taking it to the Reptile House. They know what to do. They're like vets for reptiles,
Yeah.
and they have a whole bunch of stuff that they keep. They have different sections everywhere and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I saw a monitor lizard.
Oh. Cool.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, we don't get gators here very often,
Oh.
like other places do where
Yeah.
I live. I think it's because it's very brackish water, like salt and clear water mix.
Oh.
But we do get dolphins and manatees.
That's cooler. That's cooler than gators.
I don't ever go out to like the spots where you're supposed to go and see them. I never see them. I have to be like driving over the bridge one day and go, oh mom, look, pull over. There's a pod of dolphins over there.
Oh, cool. Did you ever touch one?
Yeah.
The dolphins? Have you ever swam with the dolphins?
No, I wanted to swim with them, but I didn't have the right anything on that I could
Oh.
do it. I wanted them to pull me. You know, you see you grab the fin real gently and let them pull you.
Yeah.
That's how they rescue you too.
Yeah.
This one woman I read about, I don't know, she was sitting on her dock. She's like 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And here comes a dolphin and nudges her legs and says hi, you know, like they do. And stuff
Yeah.
like that. She's like, it's really cute. And I said, you want your baby.
Oh.
They have a thing for pregnant women and babies.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
So DoorDash just showed up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the oldest went and got the food, brings me the bag, and I start looking, and I'm looking at the receipt, and they did not bring us her crunch wrap.
Oh.
I think my driver stole her crunch wrap.
He was
I'm not even gonna front.
Oh.
Because the bag, you know how like they're supposed to be sealed, right?
Yeah.
It was not stuck.
Oh.
So I really think they took it. Because I did not unseal this
Are
bag.
you using what app did you use?
He used DoorDash.
DoorDash? You can go on the DoorDash and file what was it in there, and they'll usually give you a gift certificate to that restaurant or your money.
Yeah, they brought her drink, but how they missed a whole big Crunchwrap Supreme, I will not understand. Because that's big. It's not like a little, like they
that's
included
huge.
the little cheese roll up she ordered, but they didn't get her Crunchwrap. That makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. I had
I
one
could see a
once.
small thing getting overlooked, but
Mhm. You
yeah,
really
he's
have to
got
report it, though.
yeah, I told her to go and get him to report it.
Yeah.
I hate it though. I wish they'd have like misplaced one of my things instead of hers.
Aw. Yeah.
Usually I take the fall. Whatever I ordered is it for everybody else. Don't go cereal.
Usually it's me, honestly. Usually whenever like we go and order something, because I have to have stuff like custom.
Uh-huh.
I told you. She's giving me a look right now, y'all. I'm sorry. She was looking at me like, look at that. Because where it was tore, they opened it and stole it. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
That's why I don't really like DoorDash.
I've never had that kind of problem.
I've never
with
really
DoorDash.
used it. Well, see, the thing is you know that the people that work for DoorDash like live around here, and so you kind of get an idea of the professionalism that you can expect from the people that are doing DoorDash around here.
Yeah.
Well, we got good dashers. Instacart, I've gotten some weird stuff from Instacart and Walmart, but that even though it looks like it would be my problem, it never is. They're like, keep it.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with it? That one thing was all dog products. There was food and bowls and all kinds of stuff. I said, hey, does Bear need anything? I got stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Score. My friend Jessica's a trip. I'm going to have her on here one day.
Oh,
She's an artist.
Oh, good.
You know, the starving kind.
Oh.
But she does really neat stuff. And she has a gallery on Instagram, I think.
Oh, neat.
Monica, I need you to come make sure I'm not making loaves of bread in the middle of the night.
You can make me some bread. I'll eat
I
it.
don't make bread very often anymore.
Yeah, you make some
No,
bread
my
in the
arms
middle of the
can't
night.
do it.
You tell
My
me how
rotator
much for
cuffs.
shipping, and you can ship me some.
I was baking almost every night. I would bake 3 loaves of bread, make a gallon of rice milk. That's all my oldest could drink them.
Which one is
And so I'd be making bread. And the only time I had room or people not screaming at me is in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I'd start at 2 o'clock.
Y'all, I'm scared. I don't even think my order's right.
Oh, no.
I don't know which one's which.
Is that somebody else's?
Because of what I got. Well, no, like, it had the receipt on the bag that said what was in it, so maybe they put the receipt on the wrong bag.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Because one of these is supposed to be chicken. And I don't know how... Oh, maybe this one is right. But it's abnormally big for that one.
The other day I got a burrito, soft taco from Taco Bell, and they stuffed that thing full. It's like I could even wrap it if I wanted to.
Wow.
What I order from Taco Bell is like off of their like savings cravings menu
Oh yeah,
or
they have
whatever.
some nice stuff there that's pretty good.
So like for $5 I get like a potato taco because I like those.
Mhm.
They have a Chipotle Ranch grilled chicken burrito because to me that feels healthy. And then I got this $2 like beefy melt burrito, but I swap out the beef for black beans. So you see why like my orders get fucked up a lot because I don't like their meat. I will eat it if they send it to me. Like I'm not gonna be like, ew, no, I won't eat it. No, I will eat it, but I don't order it that way. If they give it to me that way, it is what it is. I tried to eat healthier. Thank you, Taco Bell. But
Taco Bell is like the worst for your health out of all the fast food restaurants.
I know.
They were seen as the worst.
Boy,
It'll
does
be
that
okay,
taste
though.
good, though.
I know.
Every now and then I just want a taco.
Yeah, and those
And I
crunch
don't want to
wrap.
pick it because then it's really the only one who eats them.
I didn't pick Taco Bell tonight. Its oldest did, so I just went with it and ordered cheap because I haven't eaten today other than some mango.
Yep.
So.
Sometimes you just gotta have some Taco Bell.
Oh, I would go to. We used to have a really good Mexican restaurant, like a really good one, and now there's one more up, but it's kind of far, you know.
Yeah.
For that. Oh, Mom brought me stuff home from there once. I'm like, why is there so good? She said, probably because they make everything from scratch.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Your tortilla chips look like flatbread,
Oh.
or not tortilla chips. They're tortillas for
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
It looks like flatbread. Somebody fried it right before they put the stuff on it.
Ooh.
Delicious. And nobody in my house likes refried beans but me, and I don't want to buy a big can of refried beans just for me to have it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed that my brother and his wife divorced because she is from Mexico.
No.
And her cooking, like she cooked hella traditional food. And it's way better than the Mexican restaurants. Like she used to make these little empanadas. that nobody knew what the hell to call them but me. But they were these little empanadas
People call them
that
hand
had little baby shrimps in them. And it was like, I don't know what all she put in them, but I know it was shrimp. She did do some that were chicken
I like
because
chicken
the
one.
kids didn't like the shrimp. My kids did, but hers didn't.
Oh,
And
I like shrimp.
she would make the tortillas from scratch. She
Oh.
fried them. She made this like slaw to go on them. That was
wow.
amazing. Her pico de gallo, always chef's kiss. Like, I could sit there and eat the whole plate and not give two shits about how many calories I'm eating. Because
When
it
I
was
was-
such a rare treat for her to cook for us.
I went to school with this girl, and she was part Mayan and part Mexican, something like that. I don't know how it works, so that's me. She just told. That's what she told me. Anyways, her mom is a dwarf. Yeah, she has dwarfism. She's actually taken on the state of Florida 4 times and won. This is how I'm just telling you how feisty this chick is, man. Well, her husband was a quiet farmer type, but whenever a whole bunch of us stayed over at her house, we wake up. He'd have refried beans that he just made, like from scratch, and these tortillas were like this thick.
Wow.
It was like the best bread I've ever had.
Wow.
And you just dip the bread into the beans, and everybody eats. And that was our morning
Wow.
snack. That made
Wow.
Those were good. That's when I decided I liked refried beans. But then it came down to me trying other brands.
Yeah.
One brand. And usually, it used to be Save-A-Lot, but we don't have Save-A-Lots anymore. So I'm going to have to find a new one.
Uh-oh.
I'm not eating refried beans. It's too much of a pain in the ass. I eat them, but I don't want to make them.
Yeah.
I saw someone had a double ravioli thing. You spin it, and it automatically crimps everything.
Yeah.
I thought, I need that for pierogies.
Oh, wow.
I do. I need one for pierogies because that's the part that kills me the most.
That
Tension.
would be.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you had the same thought that I did when I saw that thing. Because that's where my mind went. Fuck
Oh, was it on a
ravioli.
message thing you sent on TikTok?
I don't think so. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I might have.
You might
If
have.
I saw it
I wanna
and thought
see
pierogies,
it.
I probably sent it to you for that purpose.
I was gonna say if you could
But I do remember seeing the thing.
the double
on TikTok.
tortilla thing, and it's high, so you don't have to like try to shove something under it or anything.
Ah.
It looks like something from the 1950s.
Oh, cool.
It
Because
does.
the first
It has
thing
that
I
retro
thought of
feel
was
to it.
pierogies, and the second thing I thought of was dumplings,
Oh.
Yeah, I have a good
like
dumpling.
Asian dumplings.
I have
oh
a-
my god!
I have an authentic Chinese dumpling recipe and their secret
Ooh.
sauce.
Ooh.
His dad said not to, but he did it anyway.
Oh.
But it's really good. It's just a pain making them. If we had a family that could all do that, that would be fun, and then you eat it. But when I'm just sitting there doing it, I've actually paid people in pierogies to help me make pierogies. I'll give you.
Wouldn't it be fun
15.
if we could all get together and have like a little family reunion type thing?
Yeah. Biggest problem still is money. Everyone's wicked out of money.
Yeah, I know.
So just be ready to move because when we get the lotto ticket, we're going to Nebraska.
I want to
Yes.
learn how to make dumplings.
Huge.
I keep seeing these videos of all these fancy crimping techniques with these the little purses and
Yeah, I usually just do the little.
the little soup
Ball one.
dumplings. Like, there's so many, and they're so pretty. Like, have you seen the colored ones?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! And it's like, man, I wish I knew how to make the dough. Like, I need a
Oh,
dough
you just put in
recipe.
like beet juice for the red purple color?
Yeah, but I don't have a dumpling recipe that All right, Cherry, leave my TV alone. I see you.
Step back,
Every
sugar.
time I turn around, this TV does that. When I'm by myself, like it did it yesterday, when Goat was here, I was like, see, Cherry said it's time for bed. We need to watch Netflix and go night-night. It's 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, I don't have a recipe for like the dough. The filling, I know, is kind of open to
I have a
what you want to
recipe
put
you
in
can
it. Oh, you do?
It has rice flour and tapioca flour in it. Can you get that?
Pretty sure. Might be kind of costly.
It's easiest
but
to find in
I
an
could
Asian
probably
store or
find
buy it online.
We don't really have an Asian market here. I wish we did. But we do have a pretty good Asian section in Harris Teeter, which is kind of like Kroger's. And so I'm pretty sure I've seen those before. It's just potato flour that I think I have a hard time finding.
Potato flour is hard, but I've used this. If you get the mashed potatoes from Idaho that do not have the butter flavor in them, and you have to add butter and water, you take those, you put them in food processor. Potato flour.
Shut the front door.
Nah. Funny.
You're lying.
No, I made my own rice flour too for a while because I couldn't find a good deal on it.
What the hell? Why didn't I think of that? I didn't think that would work.
Yeah, it's just you just need to flour it. That's what they do to wheat. They
You
just
need to make
smash
a-
it until it turns flour.
You need to make a video on TikTok, Vixy. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you know how to make potato flour? You just get these potato flakes and blitz them bitches in a blender.
The easiest
You're
is the
welcome.
food processor. You can do it by hand, but it takes for freaking ever.
No wonder why
Wow.
it's hard to find in grocery stores. They just think we can figure it out ourselves. They're like, well,
They
yeah,
probably
you
figured it
gotta
out
grind
themselves,
it.
but we were smart enough to know better.
Heck no.
Wow.
That makes so much sense, Vixy. I cannot handle it.
Wow.
I'm
love
a
it.
cheapskate, so sometimes I have to
I
find.
am too.
Sometimes
I wish I'd
that
have
and I'm
known
like,
that
oh.
though.
It's got to be cheaper to make that. It's gotta- Well, the one thing I like about rice flour and tapioca flour from Asian markets is it's a lot cheaper than regular flour
Yeah.
because there's no gluten in it.
Yeah.
So you usually have to have some kind of stabilizer for it. That could be a lot.
Well,
of things.
guys, be prepared. Jelly
Be
Beans learned a new life
prepared.
hack. There's probably gonna be some fancy dumplings coming to the Discord.
That's exciting.
Fancy dumplings.
All right,
I'm ready.
I'm ready to sleep.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to finish my Taco Bell.
Did my Taco Bell.
I'm ready to go to bed too.
But the night is young and it's Friday.
I'm old. The lights are bright and the music's too loud. I'm old.
Well, I've had a shitty day, and you guys have made my day like 1,000% better than where it started.
I am so
thank
glad.
you.
Aww.
And I'm glad I was able to be here in order to feel better. So
Yeah. I'm glad you were here too, Jelly Bean. Jolly
not-
Bean.
We're not having Don't Starve together on Friday nights, but we may come back to doing circles of things on Friday nights, like different games. That's all in the works, just so y'all know. Don't go jumping Harry Carry somewhere.
Yeah.
I
So
wish
you
we
still
could
get
figure out a way
3
to do
today.
Uno where
You can't see my cards.
I can't see your cards, but
I
the
know.
audience can see them.
I know. It's
Like, I
kinda
have to take my
sad.
phone and set it somewhere else so I'm not looking at her cards.
I know, but I can see him too. I mean, it's just.
Because I mean to
I
look
still
at her
won a couple
face on the
times.
camera, and I'm like, no, I don't want
don't
to
try
cheat.
to
It's
look.
wrong.
I don't try to look.
It was bad.
I know.
Because she can't
Yeah.
see ours.
I know.
Well, thank
See.
where we'll be DST in a few. Yeah, as soon as I figure out what people have. I'm gonna get kind of gaming with Vixy Room's gonna probably get a lot of like voting things in it. So please make
So
sure you
not
go.
tonight, though, right?
No, not tonight. This is for a
start
while.
together. It's not tonight.
We tired, hubby.
He knows.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Everybody ready for night night. So if everybody goes to bed early, they can
I
get
just
up
wanted
their
to be
coffee
definitive.
house in the morning.
Say that again, honey.
Oh,
I just
sorry.
wanted it to be definitive. That definitely there wasn't going to be a show after this one.
Oh, yeah.
This one's
There,
tonight.
there's nothing. No show today. I will big announcement once we start doing that. It'll be gaming with Vixy. And I think we need to rattle some cages of some different stuff. I know I have a whole bunch of stuff that I got for free that I've never played.
Yeah. Me too.
All right, everybody. We love you. Be nice to yourselves. Please take care of yourselves. You're important.
Yep.
And I think everyone should take 2 Tylenol and call me in the morning.
Okay, love
See
you.
at
Bye.
tomorrow.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through. Only cause you set up the angle. Web that you weave got us tangled. Caught in what's before.